She's on the front pages this morning, lots of them. The Princess of Wales was out last night to launch her passion project, I think we can call it, which is all about giving children the very best start in life. Her campaign is called Shaping Us, and it highlights the importance of the first 5 years of any child's life.
We as adults are better placed to play our part in positively shaping future generations. Those involved in raising children today need the very best of information and support in helping to achieve this mission. As you all know, by building a supportive, nurturing world around children and those caring for them, we can make a huge difference to generations to come. Because fundamentally, healthy, happy children shape a healthy, happy future.
She's absolutely 100% right. And joining me now, Kate Silverton and Giovanna Fletcher, two of the campaign's champions who've been working very, very closely with the Princess. And I know, Kate, you were hosting the event last night. It is a passion project. And she's been doing this. This is not overnight. She's doing this for a long time.
A long, long time, more than 10 years now.
Right.
And her passion is rooted in the science and in bringing what was really lovely last night was this collection for the first time of psychiatrists, neuroscientists, psychotherapists, as well as lots of wonderful celebrities, and in one room. And that's what she's done, is brought everyone together because it's such an important message.
She's got that star power. What is the whole point of this? What difference will it make? What does she hope that it will achieve?
Big difference, hopefully. The science has been there for probably 100 years. Scientists speak in wonderfully long sentences with big words like cerebellum and hippocampus and what have you. And so when you're a bit nerdy, like me, and dare I say, the Princess, when you dive into it and you look at it as a mother, and I've been researching this alongside and working with a lot of these charities and specialists for a very long time, because that's my passion as well. But when you dive into it and you think, well, hang on a moment, we all need to know this. When I first became a mum and my military husband walked in at 6 weeks in saying, oh, my God, why does no one tell you it's going to be this hard? And getting my green beret was easier than this. And you kind of go, it should be, you know, why do we not know this stuff? So when you discover the information that we have, you think, I can't now not know this.
Right.
And the passion then becomes about sharing it, and that's exactly what the Princess wants to do.
So if there was one thing that you could say to new parents, what should they learn from all of the research that's been done over the past 10 years by this project?
Yeah, is that our babies don't just arrive in our laps beautifully fully formed. The brain starts developing a few weeks post-conception. So what we experience in the womb is experienced by the brain. And in the first year of life, our baby's brains literally double in size. So it's a crucial time because lots of these lovely neural connections are being made and all these sort of associations about what the world is. Is it a safe place? Am I going to be looked after if I cry? All of these things. And that's all going on in the first few years of life. Right. So, look, in the main, we parents are doing an amazing job, right? And everything we do with our smiles, with our hugs and the proximity and the care that we give for our children is brilliant. Yeah. But I think when we understand the science, when it's made simple, which is what we're trying to do with this campaign, and accessible, we might start thinking, right, so instead of that being a toddler tantrum, maybe my child is in the middle of something bigger that I can now help them with. Because I think in the past we've sort of seen children as naughty and dismissed them as being naughty.
And you say in your book there's no such thing as naughty. That's your book.
That's why I wrote that, because, again, it was as soon as I learned this, it made my parenting so much easier because I could look at my children and think, right, even if I'm in the supermarket and there's a huge meltdown going and I'm embarrassed and everything, I can actually think, hang on a moment, it's not about the cornflakes. Something else is going on, and I can be curious then as a parent, not embarrassed or thinking I'm doing a bad job, but thinking, what's going on for you right now that I need to help you with? And that is what I think revolutionises parents, because we let go of any blame, shame or guilt about what we're doing and just thinking, this is science at play. My child's just a little bit dysregulated right now. Something's disturbed them. It's probably not the cornflake packet. It might be something else that happened at nursery that morning. Now, as a parent, I can just feel confident, even if I'm in the supermarket, get down and go, sweetheart, how can I help? And actually, that's how we start building resilience and the connections that we need to have with our children. So it sounds all a bit nuanced. And as I say, we're doing a really good job as it is. But with the science and with what we now know, this is fundamental for our children's future mental health.
Right.
And that is definitive. What we experience when we're very young shapes the adult we become for all of us.
That's
so
interesting.
how we are today, and we might, even our future relationships. When I learned that in that first year, the sort of associations that I make as a baby, and we are making associations, that's what the brain's doing, will influence the relationships we have later in life. That bit killed me. I was like, whoa, that explains a lot.
That's fascinating. Well, Giovanna's with us as well. Giovanna, obviously you're a mum and you've been involved with this for quite some time. Has it changed the way that you've brought your sons up? Has it changed the way that you act as a mother? Is it just giving you more information?
I think it's more information, and I think the information is still coming. And I think the point that I think is being made is that we aren't meant to be perfect, and we're allowed to get it wrong, and we're allowed to say, I don't know what I'm doing. And I think there's so much pressure on parents that it's such a difficult thing anyway. So it's not about saying you're getting it wrong, or if your child's over 5, you've not messed it all up. There's still hope. It's draw a line, carry on. But I think it has definitely made me be a lot calmer, actually, in those meltdowns that do occur, in those big feeling moments, and kind of try and find out what's going on and figuring out. And I think one of the biggest things that also came from the 5 big questions that the Princess launched 3 years ago is it's that need for community. It's not saying everything is on parents. It's about looking at people within the community. It's about bringing the village back and kind of going, we need everyone to realise their role in a child's life and in how they are, moulded and formed. In the campaign video that has been launched today, it's made out of claymation, and I find that fascinating and amazing because it really does symbolise and represent the plasticity of a baby's brain, of a child's brain, and that's such a beautiful way of showing what the campaign is really talking about and why it's important.
No, very much so. And it's wonderful that the Princess of Wales is doing that, because obviously it makes people listen. Inevitably, the front pages of all the papers are talking about the fact that she's wearing a red suit. The emphasis on what she's wearing, as are you yourself. But hopefully then people get past that, and then they can actually listen to what exactly she is talking about. And this is an ongoing thing, isn't it, Kate? It's an ongoing. Yeah, it's this is forever.
And this is, and again, as Giovanna says, it's a societal thing, and it's dare I say, from my perspective, it's a policymakers. We need to have this longevity to look at this as a long-term thing. Sure. It's not so. And as a society, it takes a village to raise a child, and I think that's so important to say that actually, so many of us have been parenting in isolation, especially over the last few years.
It's true.
Just coming together, sometimes having a cup of tea and just saying you are doing, and we are not meant to be. We are not meant to. Our children don't need us to be perfect. That's a really fundamental message. Nor can we be, and nor should we be. So I think it's just coming together, sharing the information and saying we're doing a brilliant job, but the science can really help make it a lot easier.
Exactly. So it's about behaviour, it's about educating your children, making sure they're getting enough information, maybe not getting bombarded with too much. And I always think at that age as well, it's about social skills, them getting on with their pals. Yeah. And enjoy. And
to be honest, most of the studies will say, forget the academics, forget the flashcards. Playing with your child is the best gift you can give them. Absolutely. I always say the best toy for a baby is our face, because they're picking up on so many different things. So just getting down on the floor and playing with your child is actually more than enough in terms of their development. And emotional regulation is one of the key indicators for future mental health. So that helping our children with that is great.
We're also told so much. We all read all the books. So we go into parenthood thinking, OK, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. Joan down the road tells me I've got to do this. Jason from Swindon says I've got to do this. You go into it thinking, I've got to do all these things. But it's like you say, Kate, it's strip all that back. Just look at your child and be there. That's all it boils down to, really.
Exactly. Wise words. Thank you, Giovanna. And I know the Princess of Wales, your contact with her goes back. She's been on your podcast, and she just, she's been on Happy Mum, Happy Baby, as have I. It's a great one. Look, there you are. Lovely.
There we are.
That connection that connection is fantastic. You must come back and talk to us, and Giovanna, you must come back and talk to us as well. This is not going anywhere. And good luck because I know that you're in a play with one of my favourite men, Clive Mantle. People will remember
Oh,
from
is he one of your
Casualty.
favourites?
Yes, he
Yeah.
is. He is one of my... I would love to see him again. It'd be great. So give him my love.
Well,
give him a squeeze.
come along. Wish you were dead. We're on tour around the UK. You can be our guest of honour, Lorraine.
Thank you very much.
Clive will love that.
I shall.
Yeah.
Thank you. And thank you, Kate. Great to see you, as always.
Good to see you.
Really
Thanks for
good.
having us all on. Thank you.